Testing, testing. Hello? Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Oh, looks like yeah. But my sound isn't like really loud. Alright. Welcome on in, everyone. The welcome tour. We are going to continue this game. Hi there. Hi, the shell. Hi, hi, the shell in the moon. Hi, Sophie. Yeah. Hi, Ivy. Ivy FLX. Welcome on in. I guess to like increase my sound. Hold up. We are going to continue, and I think this is going to be the finale here. We already learned so much about this console, like from the console, from the Joy-Cons, from the controller. Like, yeah, well, what's next? We'll find out. How do I increase the volume? Oh, there it is. I'm going to increase. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully that's good. Good to see you again. We hope you enjoy your time with Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. There you go. The next one should be Area K. The next one should be Area K. Alright. Also, hi there, Sean. Also, how are you doing? I see you earlier. Hope you're doing well, Sean. And also, hi, Cirrus. How's it going, Cirrus? How's your day? Alright. Area cap has been described as round and hilly, just for you. FYI. Joy-Con to wheel area. Oh, don't tell me. I need to use my Joy-Con wheel. For one of the exhibition. For one of the tech demo, you know. Okay. Let's collect the stamp first. So how's everyone doing today? How's everyone's weekend, especially? Oh, serious, thank you. Thank you for claiming the oxygen, and also thank you for the thank you for the first, and also contributing 4,000 points, contributing towards the community challenge. All right. And also welcome on in our Raw Bandit, dude. Raw Bandit is always available, I think. All right. This is the player LED. Okay, tech demo. Do I need the Joy-Con wheel? Vibration of HD rumble. Nice, Raw Bandit. How are you doing today? I just woke up. Serious. To be honest, I only had like 4 hours. I only have 5 hours of sleep, so I'm not sure if that's okay. I only have 5 hours of sleep. But maybe I'll take a nap later on at work, I guess. during break. You don't need a Joy-Con wheel, just a pair of Joy-Cons. Oh, nice. Okay. When we start, you gotta hold with both hands the way you grip the handlebar of an actual motorcycles. That's good to hear. You don't need the Joy-Con wheel. I fire up HD Rumble. Alright. It's okay as long as you don't sleep like that all time. Yeah, only 5 hours of I had to wake up early because there's a special event coming. There's a special event coming up. It's a state of play. PlayStation State of Play is coming up. Hi Adrian Rios, welcome on in. How's your day? My day's been going okay. Thanks. This exhibit requires holding control like the handlebars on motorcycle. Like this. Hold the Joy-Con with the control stick facing downward. Like this. Twist the Joy-Con. Oh, alright. So where is the S? Oh, there's the S. It's the brake. This button is to brake. Alright, now drive slowly for 10 seconds. Is that it? Thanks for the THX. That's the opening intro of the... What's it called? That's the opening intro of the Over the Hedge, right? Over Hedge, the game or the film? I forgot. Alright, that's it. You have to hold it like this. Alright. Got the medal. You're natural. The pulse of the engine like beating of your heart. Alright. Are you guys excited for the Summer Game Fest and the PlayStation State of Play? Looks like it's going to be like opening event for the summer. SR button. Oh, there's an SR button down below. That's one part of the movie. They open the TV. That's the movie. That's the movie. Not the game. I thought that THX sound was coming from a YouTube video. Oh, they trick you. What did you say? Will you marry me? This guy. Alright. Where are the rest of the stickers? Oh, lost item. Where are the rest of the stamp, sorry. Oh, there's a... yeah, this thing. Maybe it's around here somewhere. No, not here. No, not here. Hi, Explorer of Neverland. Welcome on in. What's up? Good. What's up? The ceiling. Weather Quake City. Weather 34 degrees Celsius. Oh, well, hot all day, huh? Is it summer already over there? Do you know how the magnets and the Joy-Con 2 will work? Or how the Joy-Con 2 fits smoothly into the wheel? And he decided that, okay. Oh, it's already summer. How long is the summer over there? Desert country is like has a longer period of heat. As for the Joy-Con 2 wheel, attaching and detaching Joy-Con 2 controls is easy. Pushed in, then pull out the right. That's a Joy-Con 1. Joy-Con 2 wheel. Oh, okay. Magnets. Oh, it uses magnets. Okay. Securely attached. Joy-Con 2 wheel. Yeah. However, simply including a gap would cause Joy-Con to become dislodged when the control is tilted. What? There's a rubber. One accidentally attached. Alright. There's a rubber on it. Until October or longer if there's no rain until November. Oh. Well, so it's not gonna be raining, I guess. During the whole summer, I don't know. Joy-Con 2 wheel and Joy-Con 2 control are attached magnetically. Magnets the Joy-Con 2 wheel stick to the steel SR and SL and SR button on the Joy-Con 2 controller. And when the SL and SR button are pressed, the SL are pressed too. If you move the magnet of Joy-Con 2 move low, this will result the If the SL button press it's something like a rod, Joy-Con 2 can really come up. It will come off the magnet. We made the magnet rotate. Also, that's how it pressed. At the access point, the Joy-Con 2 is still stuck to the magnet, doesn't move. That's also a pre press where the magnets rotate. The magnets rotate. A strong magnetic pull. Internal magnet. The closer the magnet to the thing, the stronger the pull. We want it to be difficult to detach the Joy-Con 2 from the wheel, so we made the plastic around the magnet quite thin. It's common to use plastic with a thickness of approximately 1 millimeter. But in this case, the plastic we're using is especially thin. Oh, the plastic is less than 0.3. All right. You're almost at the end, by the way, in this game. Glue, electricity, strong conviction. That's silly. What helps attach easily? Suction cup, good vibes. The wheel lets the Joy-Con fit snugly. A gap added. Of course. What happens when the magnet position? They rotate. They grow. They stretch. They rotate. How thick? This one. All right. That's a perfect score. Oh, there's another one. All right, but where's the stem? Where's the other stem? Is it like down there? You know what? I'll do the insides first. The screws. What do you know about steering wheel Nintendo's made? All right. As you probably already know, the Joy-Con 2 is larger than the Switch 1 Joy-Con. But when you compare the Joy-Con 2 wheel with the Switch 1 Joy-Con wheel, you'll notice there is a much difference in terms of size. This roughly equal size was about as small as we could make it. This was to ensure that people with smaller hands could reach the control stick and the bow. The fact that look at that. The fact that the stick is located in the center. Huh. That's even though about the same size overall, the SL are now larger and easier to press. The wheel size made easy to use to control. Really? But the Joy-Con is located in the center. The Switch Joy-Con wheel has a groove where the parts join. You're likely to touch this part with your fingers. Oh, we thought about how to prevent this from happening. You can see the Joy-Con 2 wheel parts are shaped differently. There are almost no grooves on the outside. They're actually a bit unusual. That's actually a bit unusual. All this makes it pretty nice to hold. The wheel, the groove is in a place where your fingers are unlikely to reach. That's a lot of screw. Hold the plastic in place. 6 screw hidden underneath the outer plastic. Nintendo and wheel. Nintendo has had a steering wheel control available for a long time. Wii wheel? Yeah. Joy-Con wheel switch. Okay. Nintendo Labo. Huh. Racing 112. Is this made by Nintendo? 1978. Drive game 1966. Oh wow. Exclusive to Japan. Steering wheel control as you enjoy feel. Offer wheel control for decades. Wow. Okay, the quiz is going to be, I don't know, tricky. Welcome morning, Surya Patrasati. Hi. Which is bigger than the Joy-Con 2 wheel? Which is bigger? Joy-Con 2 wheel, which has been done. Soft material, a non-stick cone. The groove now hit pressure point, mostly out of reach. Wait, is that the right answer? Is that the right answer? These are 6 screws under the inner plate. In a small wardrobe, there are no screws. Oh no, I might got it wrong again. Which is the oldest? This one? I might got it wrong. Yeah. That's a shame. The wheel size makes it easy. Underneath the outer plastic. What's the oldest one? Drive game. Hold up. This one, yeah, this one's tricky. Okay. Okay, this one I got it correctly. Under the outer plastic. This one. Mario Kart Wii. Okay, now I got it right. There are a Toy Story game coming on modern platform. Oh yeah, I saw it. But what if I already own the Toy Story 3 classic catalog though. Perfect score. I already own the one in the classic catalog. They made another one, I see. All right, let's find this missing stamps. What did you say? There's a stamp nearby. Oh, there it is. Joy-Con slot. And there should be a left one. That includes Toy Story 1 that's on Genesis and SN. Oh, cool. Then I get to play the first one then. When it comes out, then I get to play. Or because on the PSN, they only offered the number 2 and 3 on PSN. Yeah. All right. Huh. Rubber cap. Let's see. Joy-Con 2-wheel area. What am I missing? What am I missing here? Oh wait, I haven't tried this one. 5 metal. Stunt driving basic course. Mini game about driving a car? You can tilt the Joy-Con to control it onto. Wait. Oh, mouse control. We use mouse control for this one? Okay. 43 seconds. Tilt the Joy-Con to the left. Alright. Alright. Reach the goal using 2-wheel stun. Oh! Wait, how do you even turn? I think I got slowed down a bit. Oh, there you go. Move the... Oops, I crashed. Can I try again? There you go. Oh, so that's how you... Oh. Oh, I missed. Alright. Nice. The only city United States has direct flight from Kuwait City is New York City. Oh. Only New York, I see. Is that the longest flight? Is that the longest flight from Kuwait to New York City? Or is there a longer one? Ah. Oh, it's the longest one. Oh, okay. Parts used out. Oh. Stunt driving too. Oh, damn. I'm gonna restart. Oh. Oh. Oh, come on. Huh? Wait, I didn't get the turbo boost? Oh, I know why. Oh, come on! Really? Okay. Alright. It's a smaller switch. Oh, come on. Alright. Did it. The one I took to Houston, Texas from was it Doha? Qatar traffic. Oh, Qatar first, okay. Right, okay. So you go to Qatar first. Alright. Right, let's find this one more stem. This hidden stem. Hidden nearby. Stem nearby. Is that the one? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Grip. Oh, why is the grip placed here? Alright. Ooh. New area open. Alright, let's return this item first. And it looks like that it's going to be the final area. There it is. The home stretch. Time to go inside. Oh, the stand. Oh, I mean the kickstand. The kickstand just opened. And I believe this is it. Oh, look at this circuit board. Nintendo Switch 2 console inner area. Let's learn the quiz first. How many parts? Circuit board. Many circuit board parts. On the Nintendo Switch 2 console circuit board, there are twice as many parts as there were on the Switch 1 console circuit board. The most common type of part used is the capacitor. These are used to help maintain stable electrical signal. Since the Switch 2 console exchanges the electrical signals at much higher speeds than the Nintendo Switch console, the slightest instability can cause it to stop working properly. So what we did, we used even more capacitors to ensure the electrical signal were disrupted a little as possible. By enabling the exchange of stable high-speed electrical signals in this way, Switch 2 can run at high speeds. Twice as many parts. The higher number of parts, okay. Power up reduce on mobile, but the default. Yeah, what? The default one is not available on mobile yet? Like, why? A single circuit board? This is the circuit board inside the Switch 2 console. It might seem like a single layer at first, but this single sheet is actually made up of more than 10 thin layers. Each of these thin layers contain wiring that connects one component to another. Ooh. These wires are a bit like human nervous system. There are thousands of these wires on the console circuit board. Each layer uses a slightly different wiring layout. We designed as if we were trying to solve a puzzle with our hands. 10 thin layers. Different wiring layout. Wiring challenges. As you might already know, the circuit board of the Nintendo Switch 2 console has over 10 overlapping layers and thousands of wires. But the wiring isn't just about connecting all the components together. Other things need to be considered too. For instance, it's not possible to have wires crossing on a single layer. The wire has to be narrower than 0.1 millimeter to avoid overlap. The length of wiring is important too. When the electronic signal runs through a wire, it's about as fast as the speed of light. Now consider the fact that this exchange takes place in a fraction of a billionth of a second. When you have several wires sending data together, they all need to be same length, or else the signal will arrive at the different times. So we had to make the length of each wire match, ensuring that the signal arrive at the same time. Yeah, making this is actually really complicated. And one more thing, we made sure that the wires are not too long, as the signal would become too weak to reach their destination, and not too close to each other, as the signal could get mixed up. Very fast signal run through the wire. Measures are in place to ensure that signal arrives at the right time without degrading or getting mixed up. Games use electricity. Games use a lot of electricity. The Nintendo Switch 2 console is typically used to play games, so it is also likely need a lot of electricity. Smart devices let you do much more than play games, but they consume less electricity. The amount of electricity that a smart device needs to run for a day will be used by Switch 2 in about 3 hours. Incidentally, more than half of this electricity is used by the main computer, which is called the SoC. Has to use a lot of electricity. Alright. Which is for because it has more components. Switch 2 has more components. How many thin layers? 10? How fast are a signal? The speed of top human athlete? The speed of bullet train? The speed of the jet? The speed of light? Which part of a screen? Oh. Which part of the Switch 2 console requires over half of its total power usage? The screen or the main computer requires over half. It's not microphone, it's not speaker. Half of its total power. Is it the screen? Computer? Main computer? Over half of total power usage. Which part that uses the most power usage? Computer? The CPU? Not the screen? I mean, oh yeah, do you know if we're talking about the PC part, does the screen takes a lot of power than the does the computer takes a lot more power than the screen? Oh, okay, that was correct. That was the computer. You're not sure? That was correct. It's the computer that's a lot of power. CPU takes more power than the screen apparently. I thought it's the screen that takes more power. All right, okay. All right. You'll find about the chassis being composed of magnesium alloy, plastic, and more. Oh. Electromagnetic noise. Whenever there's an electric current running through the circuit board's wiring inside the Switch 2 console, there'll be always electromagnetic noise present. An electromagnetic noise can sometimes interfere with the nearby device, which can cause it to not work properly. Electromagnetic noise doesn't easily penetrate metal, so to prevent a lot from escaping the console, we wrap the area where it's emitted in metal. For instance, take the main computer is called SoC. We encase the SoC in metal to prevent a lot of electromagnetic noise from getting out. Wrap in metal to block them off. Also the CPU. So the CPU emits a lot of electromagnetic noise. When the weather is dry and the temperature is low, you may feel a little shock when touching something metal. That is static electricity. If static electricity hits a game console, the console will stop working or become broken. And of course, we wouldn't want that to happen. So employ a few IDs in place where your finger are likely to touch metal. The game card slot, right, are two such places. For example, we add a part to soften the impact of sudden jolt of static electricity and spot that's absorbed. These spots stop these spots stop the static electricity from getting to part that it might otherwise easily damage. Prevent damage from static electricity. Okay. Encased with two types of material. The parts that are encased with Switch 2 console are made of two types of material. These materials are tightly attached to each other. One is magnesium alloy, shown in orange, and the other is plastic, shown in black. The magnesium alloy is on the inside. It is strong and robust, and it also serves to reduce electromagnetic noise. And then there's the outer layer of the plastic. Even when the unit gets hot, the plastic lets you touch the console without feeling the heat. We stuck these two materials together to make full use of it. The console itself is thinner than if we had made it entirely out of plastics. And there's more space on the inside too. Magnesium alloy and plastic. Okay. USB-C. On the top of Switch 2 console, you'll find a USB Type-C. It can be used to charge the console battery. It's the system to charge while you're playing handheld or tabletop mode. But that's not all. USB Type-C connector can also be used to connect the Switch 2 camera to a console. The camera can be used while you're playing games with TV mode, tabletop, or handheld. However, the USB Type-C connector cannot be used to connect the Switch 2 dock. Why? This means it's not possible to insert a console to the dock upside down. It can be used to charge. Oh yeah, because the camera is USB Type-C. But I have a USB Type-A though, the camera. Like the webcam I'm using right now. Alright. Rubber, plastic, a blanket? What is the switch you call the circuit board wrapped in to prevent metal? When you touch the metal part of switch console, what can be transmitted from your hand to the console? Good luck! Ultraviolet, ultrasonic wave, static electricity. Good luck. The part that end okay. Are made of plastic and what other magnesium. Magnesium. Which of the following can you not do with the USB Type-C? This one, yes. This one. Insert the... Can you not do this one? You cannot insert it. Alright. Got it correct. There's a lot of insights in this one. Console wireless communication. You'll find out about Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and Nintendo history is wireless communication. Alright. Let's learn. Different types of wireless communication. When it comes to wireless communication on the Switch 2, a few different methods are possible. There's online communication via Wi-Fi, Bluetooth communication between the Switch 2 console and other devices such as the Joy-Con 2 controller, NFC, and local communication between Switch 2 consoles. What a list, huh? And since none of the communication method involve cable, you don't have to worry about anything getting in the way or tangled up. Wireless communication can be pretty convenient. So there are 4 methods. 3 antennas. Within the Switch 2 console, there are 3 antennas. These 3 antennas exchange signals with other devices. They are used to connect devices such as Joy-Con 2 controllers, Switch 2 Pro controller, and Bluetooth or Bluetooth headphones. They can also be used to connect internet via Wi-Fi or to other Switch 2 consoles. What's more, the part encasing the antennas as well as the console itself have an additional function. They actually help the antennas work. The part that encases the console also helps the antenna, preventing mixed-up signal. The Wi-Fi signal used for online communication and the Bluetooth signal used for devices such as Joy-Con 2 can get mixed up. If we don't employ extra measures to prevent it, it can result in poor communication between devices. Okay. So to help prevent this, we make sure that the signal takes turn. The console can either use Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, but not both at the same time. You can switch between these 2 types of communication very quickly. It also ever slightly offsets the type of signal. So that's why. Oh, wait, is that why that I have a latency on if I ever use wireless controller? I think that is why. I think that's why I have like some kind of latency because it takes turn. If I were connected with the Wi-Fi and the wireless controller, I think so. Maybe, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that's what explains the latency, because the signal takes turn. Which, okay, it also ever so slightly offset the type of signal. With this measure, the signal has much lower risk of getting mixed up. Takes turn. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth communication take turns. The console alternates between signal types so they don't get mixed up. That explains the latency, I guess. The human body and antennas. Fun fact: it's difficult for radio signal to pass through the human body. So when the console is using Wi-Fi communication, if your hands or body is close to the antennas, it may weaken the signal. We just had to make sure that the signal wouldn't get weakened too much. One way we did so was by considering the positioning of the antennas. It was chosen to ensure that your hands aren't blocking the antennas when playing the handheld mode. As for the Joy-Con 2 controlled antennas, there are different ways to hold the control depending on the game, but we tried to distribute them evenly as best as we could. And then there are antennas in the Switch U Pro Controller. There's only one way to hold the Pro Controller, so we kept the antennas away from the expert hand position. Basically, the antennas were positioned based on how you would be holding the controller. Far away from your hands as possible. Nintendo and wireless technology. In the past, Nintendo game console used cables for communication, yeah. But as time went on, there were gradual shift to wireless technology. It used to be that when you want to connect the game console together to play, you will need a special cable to link them. The Game Boy or Game Boy GBA Advance system are the example of. Oh yeah, yeah. Before they introduced that, you use a cable. Later, a special adapter enabled wireless communication for GBA. Oh, it started from GBA? The wireless communication started from GBA and then followed by DS. As for controller, up until GameCube, Nintendo controls has to be connected with a cable. This is when the Wavebird controller came along, which is a dedicated radio signal. Oh, the Wii remote after this uses Bluetooth. So it was a GameCube, the first wireless controller from Nintendo, and it uses that thing like a signal catcher. A similar shift can be seen with regard to interconnection. Nintendo and GameCube had to be connected to the internet via LAN cable. Oh, this is the same like the PS2, right? You use internet via LAN cable. The PS2 also uses LAN cable, right, to connect the internet. Nintendo GameCube and the PS2 also you also need an adapter as well. Yeah, that looks like an adapter that you attach to the GameCube, right? After this, Nintendo DS and Wii went on to the use of Wi-Fi technology. Okay. Starting from the 2000s, the number of Nintendo devices utilizing wireless communication steadily increased. Yeah, PSU also uses LAN cable, right, to connect to the internet? Hanafuda playing card? Oh yeah, it does. So PSU also uses a LAN cable, and you need an adapter to it, so it's not Wi-Fi. The first one, it was PS3 with Wi-Fi. Okay, which of the following community easily? Amiibo? Which of the three are inside? What are they? Stylus, antenna, umbrella? When the Switch console uses wireless communication, which of all following is offset? Shockwave, soundwave, radio wave, tidal wave? Radio. Which of the following is most difficult to signal? Human body? History is to medium. Telephone landline, sonar, the postal service. Lol. Alright. There's two more, I guess. Oh, let's check out. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of things here. USB Type-C. This is oh, there's another one. What's this? Micro SD Express memory cards. Micro SD Express for micro SD. Oh, so that means yeah, I know that. You cannot use your micro SD from Switch 1 to Switch 2. Okay, is it? I think it's because the speed. Express one is faster. Okay, download games and photo can stay to discard. It's handy if you have run out of system memory. The Switch you already have a 256 gigs. 256 gigabytes, like a lot. There is a micro SD card on the Switch 1 console. Wait, what? Only micro SD Express will work. You can find a place where you can pull out the stand. You just need to insert the card to slot and mark micro SD Express, and you should be good to go. More pins. Let's take a closer look at the micro SD Express card. Make this similar. There are key differences. You should notice when you flip. Oh, it has a lot more pins. With these pins, data can be read and written in a new way. But since the original pins are still there, it can even work as a micro SD card. It's actually compatible with Switch console. Wait, the Express one also works in Switch 1? New way to read and write data. With the micro SD Express card, the Nintendo Switch 2 console has a new way to read and write data. Yeah, it's faster. Buffer size of 4 megabytes, the read speed will about be 8 times as faster. However, different card will typically read and write at different speed. Some games may be doing more in the background than just loading, which means the loading speed may not always be around 8 times faster. Reading and writing speeds are getting faster. Okay. The Switch 2 console only accepts specific type of card, and that is a micro SD Express. Micro SD cards won't work. The Switch 2 console takes advantage of the speed at which SD Express card read and write data, and we would like you to benefit from this extra speed as you enjoy new games. Although that's not to say that micro SD cards are completely unusable. If you still have photos, images saved as from micro SD card that was used on the Switch 1 console, you can copy the data with the micro SD card to the Nintendo Switch 2 console system memory. Okay. Less likely to get hot. It's fast. In fact, it sends signals so quick it tends to get hot naturally. We try as much as we can to avoid heat buildup. Where to place? We decided to put one of the air inlets to help to keep it cool. On top of that, we keep the micro SD Express cards farther away from other part of the console that are likely to get hot. Okay, so the CPU is the hottest part of the area, right? So the CPU is the hottest part from a console or anything. Yes, and apparently the battery. Wait, what? The battery is not the hottest part as well. I see. We even apply graphite sheets to the micro SD express parcel. These sheets are very effective at transferring heat. The sheets help spread the heat around, which keeps the area cool. Okay. Oh. Micro SD express card. Greeting cards, game cards, download cards, micro SD express, greeting cards. Really? Micro SD express memory card have more pins. How do we compare micro SD express card a lot faster? What aspect of micro SD express memory card do games? They're compact size, they're lightweight, pins luster. The size are the same. The Switch U console has been designed to benefit in what way? Hell, it stops from heating up. It slows down the write speed. Read and write wirelessly. It stops them from cooling down. It stops them from heating up. All right. Battery. Oh look, there's more. 3D sound. Let's hear it. Short 3D sound experience. The sound doesn't play. Pair a speaker. The console does some calculation to make it sound you to really hear in 3D. This tech demo can be played with console speaker or with a pair of headphones. Either works. You may hear sound from places where there are no speakers. Try not to be alarmed. Yeah. Oh, tabletop or handheld headphones are recommended. Nah. Really sound. Okay. Yeah, I know Orange has been asking me about 3D sound, so yeah. Yeah, 3D sound is basically like a surround sound, I guess. Yeah. When you play games with surround sound on Switch 2, you can enjoy 3D sound where it comes with a Switch 2 console speaker from the pair of headphones. The 3D sound can be easily recognized. Yeah. If you're wearing headphone, of course. Or is not a headphone user, so maybe you're not gonna experience the 3D sound. This was just for Switch 2 game, but Switch 1. You might even hear sound coming from places where there are any speakers. If the surround sound is supported, this will work even for a Switch 1 game. 3D sound. Yeah, 3D sound is best to be used with headphone. When you listen to 3D sound with a headphone connected to Switch 2 console, game sounds are processed to make it seem like they are coming from different direction. For example, if a sound is meant to be coming from the right side of the game, you'll hear the sound in the right ear slightly sooner. The left-right balance is calculated to reach your ear at the right time. This means there's a slight delay before the sound comes up the left side and the right side of the headphone. And that's not all. We use a dummy head microphone to simulate how the sound changes based on several factors, including how it bounces around the external ear in complex ways, how it reverberates through the head, and so on. As a result, it will give the impression of what the sound is coming from somewhere else. Offset based on the direction they come from. simulates the way the sounds change. 3D sound with a console speaker. As for the 3D sound coming with the Nintendo Switch console speaker, it doesn't work the same way as it does with the headphone. Oh, with the console speaker, I thought that with the console speaker, the 3D sound will, no, the 3D sound won't active. It will come as mono. Lol. On a pair of headphones, sound from left and right can be playing each respective ear. In case of speaker, you will still hear sound from a right speaker in your left ear. Yeah, that is true though. This sound will mix and jumble, making it difficult to hear, so the console speaker employs a certain trick. They cancel out the sound that reaches your opposite ear. Oh, really? So when the sound that will reach your left ear play from right speaker, complex signals play along with it to cancel out that sound. Ooh. What kind of signal? As a result, sound from the left will only reach the left ear, and the sound from the right will only reach right. I would like to know what cancels it though. Interesting. To enjoy your 3D sound, which one? Stereo, surround, ground sound. When using headphones to listen to 3D sound, it happens to sound either side. Timings offset. They cancel out this, so the timings are aligned. Offset. When you listen to 3D sound from the speakers to switch to console, sitar are made to cancel what? Dinner plans? Cancel dinner plans. Pre-order for the downloadable software? Sound around the console, sound the enter opposite. Is it emitted to cancel this one? Cancel dinner plans. Alright. Lol. You aced it. I bet you could speak on the speaker for days. Nice. Battery. Slots in shape, 4 shapes. In this mini game, you have to fit shapes deep on the 4 suits of pack of cards into the correct slot. You have to move the pieces around using mouse control. Rotate them so they point the right way and they slot right in. You're going to get the pieces in as quickly as you can. Alright. Mouse control. Alright. Quickly fit the shape. Oh. Nice. Speaking, I can hear where the sound effect coming out. Where on TV speaker, like ambient music, crash active racing the hub world. Oh. Wait, do you have a left and right speakers? Do you have 2 speakers? Ah, I see. You have 2 speakers. The slots start to float around. It will trick you. Mouse control. Wait, why does it not fit? Because I left a gap. That took a long time. Ugh. Try again. Maybe it's because I left a gap. What? There you go. That's more like it. Huh. Rechargeable. There's a writing on the battery. Wait, oh, switch to is 5,220 milliampere hour. Screen raise color or perhaps refresh rate. Alright, let's learn. Vivid screen. The Nintendo Switch screen can produce very vivid colors, a deep vibrant red, for instance. In order to produce such rich colors, a very thick color filter is used. However, when you use the thick filter, the resulting image will be darker. If you compensate this with more brightness, the battery will drain more quickly. That's true. We didn't want to compromise on battery life, so instead, to keep the image from getting too dark, we made the shining dots pixels as large as they could be. We also made other customization along these lines. Okay. Liquid crystal display. The Switch screen uses a liquid crystal display. Sub-pixel. Oh, that's what they call. It works same way as the Switch 1 console screen. It is much brighter and more vivid than the Switch 1 console screen though. Also, the Switch OLED model screen uses OLED system. OLED screens are very vivid. The Switch console's LCD is also quite striking. While it's true for OLED models, colors are a little richer. The Switch console screen can be brighter. The screen is also HDR compatible. For those who have both consoles, it might be interesting to compare them. Okay. It can also be brighter. OLED. Yeah, but OLED has more colors, right? OLED has more colors than LCD from what I know. Refresh rate and LCD. The number of times per second that a screen changes its image is called refresh rate. For example, if the image were changed 60 times per second, you would say that its refresh rate is 60 Hz. Yeah, and that's called 60 frames per second. In case of Switch 2 console screen, it supports a refresh rate of 120 Hz. It also supports VRR, which allows switching between refresh rates. But each of these features also have been fine-tuned. If the image changes 120 times per second, the picture will change incredibly quickly. But it also means anything that interferes with the signal, such as resistance, will have a more noticeable effect. This can ruin the image as a result, so we had to implement a few ways to reduce the amount of interference. Conversely, when there are fewer pictures changing per second, the colors gradually fade and the image gets darker. So we also had to find ways to ensure that the colors don't fade easily. It's called refresh rate, number of times image changes per second. Altering the number of times with the image is changed requires various measures. My max monitor refresh rate is 60. All right. an apple peel, a thick red, a thin red, a red pencil, bright red color. A thick? The switch to screen output is made via which medium? Shadow puppetry, plasma, liquid crystal, cathode ray tube, liquid crystal. What's the third number image? Screen change, refresher, quantum pulse, stop animation, image progression. Okay, I got it right. Wow, so many quizzes. All right. Wait a second. CRT, it will be heavy handheld. Oh, if the screen is CRT. Oh wait, that's a cool. The thing about CRT is the screen like what's it called? The screen shape is what's it called? It's curved apparently. The screen shape is curved instead of flat screen. The one thing about CRT. One thing I noticed. Battery capacity. Alright, let's learn about battery now. Yes. 1.2 times. In terms of performance, Switch 2 console is several times better than Switch 1 console. Naturally, it means requires more power. We've done our best to reduce the amount of power it uses, of course, but even after optimizing console, we needed to get more power. If we use the same battery that you use Switch 1, you will be able to switch it for very long. So for the Switch 2, we opted for a different battery. 1.2 capacity. MAHA stands for milliampere hours. An increase for 1.2 doesn't mean you're able to use the console 1.2 times longer, but we did our best to maximize the time that you can play on it. bigger milliampere hours, but faster to drain. How ironic! Isn't that ironic? They have a bigger battery, but the battery life is shorter than the Switch 1. Battery longevity. We believe that a video game console should be a long-term companion. We would like you be able to keep on using them for many years to come. That is why we did our best to make sure that the Switch 2 console battery lasts a long time. That there are few things we did to achieve this. We purposely try to ensure that the battery doesn't get too much power when it's charged. If it did, the energy output would be slightly weakened and the battery could begin to degrade. Also, it's easy to damage the battery with fast charging, so we done our best to prevent this. Our focus was on how many times the console can be charged. We wanted to be able to be charged even more times than a smart device. Okay. Nintendo and batteries. Nintendo has a history using batteries to power game consoles, lithium-ion batteries in particular. Console battery life has been improving with successive generation. Game Boy Advance SP 600. Nintendo DS is 850. Nintendo 3DS is 1300. Nintendo Switch 1 4310. Switch 2 5220 milliampere hours. Incidentally, a Game Boy and Game Boy Advance system used dry cell batteries. In those days, if you ran out of battery while playing, you had to throw away the dry cell batteries and buy new ones. Wow, it costs like it has an expense. The game when you're owning a Game Boy. You had to use dry cell batteries for Game Boy. How much capacity? There's no difference. 0.8. I was about to answer that. Because it's consume much power. Why is the Switch 2 console battery not supplied with too much power? It prevents battery degradation. What we use the Game Boy? Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. The desire to play Clockwork, solar battery, dry cell battery. Game Boy SP uses lithium ion, the rechargeable one. Well, look at that. All right. Where the heck am I? Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. A bigger screen, console screen in terms of screen size, 7.9 inches. Then the Switch one is 6.2, and the 7-inch for OLED model, it's done pretty big. The biggest screen on Nintendo console, this makes it look even more impressive in tabletop and handheld mode. It's also easier to see when playing with others. By the way, its size is slightly bigger than 7.9 inches. Sometimes bigger is better. Large screen with actually some benefit. For instance, a bigger screen means the computer can do even more calculation. How? Well, the more calculation the computer performs, the harder it gets. The larger the device, the less likely it is not heat up. This allows the computer to perform a lot of calculation. So to lay it all out, the bigger the screen, the bigger the console. The larger the console, the less likely. Oh, really? Less likely. The cooler it stays, the more calculation the computer can do. And the more calculation it can do, the more picture and character it can ultimately calculate. So, if the computer can calculate a lot of picture and the character, then the image should look clear and smooth, and many characters can be moving around at once. That's the goal anyway. If the screen is bigger, the image on the screen will often look better too. A little light goes along the way. The Switch console screen lights up fully to display image. The light is produced by a white LED. A single LED emits a tiny point of light. As they are, these little lights aren't enough to light up the whole screen. But with the use of a translucent plate called a light guiding plate, the light on the LED can be spread. There's a slight unevenness to the plate. This reflects the light in a complex, uneven way and spreads out. In this way, by lining a bunch of LED next to the plate, the entire screen can light up. To ensure uniform brightness of the screen, we experimented with different bumping patterns, eventually settling on the current design. Okay. How many inches is the Switch to 7.9? Right its size, make many calculate, perform science experiment, feel human emotion. The light that's light out in light from fireflies, thin rays of light, small dots of light. The sunlight, thin rays of light though. What? Oh, I got it wrong? Oh. Oh, small dot of light, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I got it wrong. Oh, that, yeah. LED, huh? Small point of light. So that's a lot of LED used then in this console. All right, there you go. It's more like it. There's another one. There are even more? Wow, there are even more. A slightly lower screen. One thing the Switch 2 console is that actually at a slightly different depth from the area around it. How slight? The screen is deeper by about the thickness of a piece of printer paper. Oh, that's how thick the screen is? It's very noticeable, but this height difference help prevent the screen from coming into contact with the floor or other surface. Deeper than the area around it, about the thickness of a sheet of paper. A thinner screen. Switch console screen is made of many overlapping parts. There's the LCD, liquid crystal display, a shatter-resistant film, a screen cover, transparent plastic, two polarizing plate, two pieces of glass, a touch sensor, a light guiding plate, an LED film, and so on. With all these parts layered on top of each other, there was the risk of screen becoming too thick. There would have been space left for the other parts, so we made the cover out thin, tempered glass. For the other parts, we choose the thinnest possible one that we could find. Wow, that's very thin. Basically, we decided the screen to be as thin as possible. Overlapping parts. Often, on the inside of the computer, there's a component called an IC, integrated circuit. It's typically square-shaped. As for the IC that controls the Nintendo Switch 2 control screen and touch input, it's pretty thin, measuring about 30 millimeters. It has to control more than 2 million dots, called pixels. Okay, as for over 900 touch sensor. It uses over 3,000 wires to achieve this. In order to be able to attach all the terminals connecting so many wires, the IC had to be long and thin. IC integrated circuit govern this. Long and thin. This IC requires many terminals. 3 centimeters. A notepad? The components shown: the circuit board, the battery, the screen. What kind of shape? Heart shape, circular, long and thin. Simple questions. All right. Whoa. Wow. Okay. So many insight. Fan. Is this a fan? Yeah, it is. The fan. Heat dissipation. All right. Electronic devices get hot. Some electronic devices can heat up the longer they run. They can get particularly hot when performing fast calculation, communicating rapidly, or running while being charged. And using devices that are hot to the touch definitely isn't fun. But that's not the only problem. If the parts are too hot, the device itself may fail to work properly. Some parts could even break completely. Oh no. To ensure that this didn't happen, switch your console cools down part in different ways so they don't get too hot. That's a way to keep itself from getting too hot. A quiet fan. Switch your console does its best to keep itself from heating up. One way it does this with a built-in fan. This fan funnels air into the consoles and blows it at different parts. Oh, this is like yeah, there you go. The hot air is then pushed out to keep things cool. The fan isn't always running though. First, it uses temperature sensor to check how hot the console is. If it's hot, the fan runs at high speed. But if it's not too hot, it only spins a little. At low speed, the fan will be so quiet you can barely hear it. Try putting your ear up to the fan and listen for yourself. Okay, it has a fan. Wonder. That makes me wonder about the past consoles, how loud the fan is. The Switch U console, hold up. Switch U console contains a circuit board. The components of the circuit board generate heat. These need to be cooled down. To do this, air flows to both the front and back. This air flows to both the front and back of the circuit board. Oh, okay. Both sides are directly connected via the air inlet, and the fan draws in air, ventilating both the front and the back, and so the component on the both front and back of the circuit board can be safely cool. Huh. All right. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Easy airflow. To cool the Nintendo Switch to console with air, the airflow needs to be as smooth as possible. With the good airflow, the fan doesn't have to push itself to high speed. Air inlets were made on the underside to let air straight in. At the outlet, the air comes straight out unobstructed. Thanks to this and the console more powerful fan, Nintendo Switch 2 provides roughly twice the airflow as Switch 1. Twice the airflow? No. You read everything exceptional. If you're here, it can mean only one thing, it's quiz time. What happens when the electronic device as they run? They get sleepy. Which of the following is attached to Nintendo Switch 2 console to cool it down? Following as ice, refrigerator, a fan, an air conditioner. I wish. I wish it's an air conditioner. Lol. Where does the air flow? Air flow over front and the back. Yeah, right. How much airflow in contra? How much airflow compare is twice as much? Perfect score. A perfect score. Oh, another one? Another one? You can learn about switch to console heat dissipation method. You'll find out about the part is sensitive to heat transfer. Alright. Heat sensitive. One thing about switch to console system memory, it is susceptible to heat. The system memory should be kept as cool as possible. That's why it's been positioned closest to the air inlet. What's more, we made sure that it wasn't near the other part that heat up. And there's one last thing. The wiring conducts heat easily because it's made of copper. So we give the system memory its own spot away from any wiring. This reduces the transfer heat, and as a result, system memory is protected from the heat. Heat sensitive plates are placed near one area. A wire free space will prevent heat transfer. Heat is spread evenly inside the switch to console. It's normal for parts to get hot, but some parts are difficult to cool down with air alone. We use a couple different materials to solve this. The first being graphic heat, and the second a substance called thermal grease. Both of which are good at conducting heat. By using this, heat is able to distribute across the part to get hot, as they only become a little warm. Because a lot of air gets to warm air, the console can easily cool. Graphic sheets has been attached to the plastic on the back, as well as the other parts such as the micro SD express memory card slot. The thermal grease, meanwhile, is used for the main computer. Distributing heat cools down the console. Graphic sheets and thermal grease help to achieve this. Okay. Do you know which part switch your console produces the most heat? It's the main computers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The one that produced the most heat, like the hottest part. That's the CPU, right? Yeah, SoC. All these heat for SoC needs somewhere to go, which is where the heat pipe comes in. It carries the heat to the air outlet. Oh, so that's why. Wait, a vacuum? It carries the heat to the air out. Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little water in here too. The water heated by turning into steam and turns into steam towards the cooler side. Then when you reach the air outlet, it turns back to the water. It reaches the SoC through a process called capillary action. This carries on over transporting heat to the air outlet. Alright. See, you read it all. Which measures to prevent heat transferring across space mark? A set of curtain, heat absorption, a metal wall, and not metal, of course. The metal would make more heat. Thermal grease, bacon grease, superconductive grease. Thermal. What moves around the inside a heat pipe? Moves around the inside the heat pipe to transfer heat. Metal powder, air, a small amount of water. So it says small amount of water. Huh? Wait, I got it wrong? What was the first one? Is that susceptible to heat? System error should be cool. Heat sensitive part. A wiring tree. Let's try again. Which measures were implemented? Which one was it again? Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. I got distracted. I was distracted. Which one was it again? Oh, okay, it was that one. Fourth answer. It was the fourth answer. Wireless antenna. Microphone is built in. Huh? The switch to console just a built-in microphone, different microphone. Okay, USB port. You can even plug and switch to Pro Control audio jack. Whichever microphone chip will make your voice easy to hear. Microphone of your choice. One microphone is enough. One mic is enough. The console is a microphone. Animal Crossing. Oh wait. We speak accessory. WeChat. Nintendo Switch online smart device. You could even talk with people far away, like telephone. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Nice. Can you connect microphone? This one. How many microphone built? One. At which point we switch to console microphone intended? All of them. Also use the chat when using We Speak. Huh? Paper cups, telepathy, hand gestures. We has a microphone, but it's external. It's not built into the console. We has a microphone. Wow, there's still more. There's still more. Oh, it's over there. There's still more insights. Console's memory. All right. Main memory versus system memory. There are two kinds of memory at play. One is main memory and the other is system memory. Both types of memory read and write data. They're actually different from another. Main memory read from within the console, but data is lost when switch to console powered off. System memory, however, has a slower read and write operation, but the data is retained when the console is powered off. For that reason, the main computer uses main memory when it needs to read, write, and faster. However, it uses console system memory to store downloaded game. For example, the downloaded game on the console system memory are loaded in the main memory before the main computer begins to read and write. Each memory type that the word is best suited for. Main memory is fast, but the data lost when the system powered off. System memory is slow, but the data retained when the system is powered off. Wait. System memory for that reason. However, it uses console system control after. The downloaded game on the console system memory or loaded main memory before the main computer begins to read and write. Use memory type. Main memory is fast, the data lost when system power off. System memory is slow, but the data is written when the system is powered off. Bigger main memory. Lost programming data from the console system. Main memory can also be used to store resource main computer calculation. The Nintendo Switch 2 main memory is 3 times larger than the Switch 1 system. This can be used to display more characters, model, and create larger world. I would like to see the comparison with the PS5 actually. The Switch 2 console main memory has twice as much as circuitry as the Switch console. It also uses a method that lets it read and write data twice as fast. So compared to Switch 1, the Switch 2 console main memory is up to 4 times faster. It's faster in many areas and able to perform more calculations in the same amount of time. Not only that, smart device. The main memory is found on top of main computer. Main memory located on main computer. Perform long calculation. Memory refresh. Data written main memory will be lost when the power is shut off. To prevent the data loss, power must be supplied repeatedly. This is called refreshing. When it comes to Switch 2, data is not easy. It refreshes more than 200,000 times per second. 200,000 times per second? Loses is there when the power is turned off. System? I know it's free. Main memory. Okay, let's see how well am I. Aww. The first one. Oh, main memory. The answer is main memory. There's more. Storage. Alright. 256 gigabytes. Plenty of things can be consolidated. Switch to system memory from game save data and download game. With the photos and video taken and captured, but it has a capacity of 256 GB. That's 8 times more than system memory of Switch 1, 4 times more than OLED model. This means it's easier to add games that takes up more space. The console system memory is 256 GB. What's the fastest? What's fastest? When it comes to reading from and writing system memory, Nintendo Switch will work differently from Switch. Assuming buffer size of 4 megabytes, Nintendo Switch you can read and write roughly 8 times faster than it produces. However, some games may be doing more in the background than just loading. So the loading speed isn't guaranteed to be around 8 times faster. Also, out of all the storage medium that holds game data, it's the system memory that can be read the fastest. It's even faster than the game card or micro SD express memory card. System memory has the fastest read speed. Nintendo and saving downloaded game. Nintendo has a long history letting you save games in form of download. Wii U, wait, Wii U is 512 megabyte, 250 megabyte. Save to SD card. Wii U is there's an option between 8 and 32. 32 or 64 the OLED model. Satellite View, what's that? Wait, what's that called? Oh, Super Family. Oh, wait. Is that an SNES? That's on. Is that an SNES? Only 1 megabyte of memory? Wait a second. Super download via satellite. Huh? Download game via satellite? We offer you a long way to. Interesting. So SNES only have 1 megabyte of memory, like storage. That's very, I don't know. Was that considered small? SNES only have 1 megabyte, and meanwhile the Switch U has 256 gigabyte. That's like a lot. Is that true? That SNES only have 1 megabyte of storage? 256. 1 megabyte is very. if we're talking about 2020, yeah, it's very small. Oh wow. The fastest is reading. Is the memory? Actually, it's in first. Wait, Nintendo Power cartridge. Kilobytes? Wait, actually, it's in kilobytes. The games are in kilobyte. Wait, how much megabyte or kilobyte does the SNES storage have? That's small. Operating system. Not every piece of Switch U software is a game. The console comes installed with software that's always running in the background. This is called the operating system or OS. The OS helps a game developer by making it easy to create games. You can also download software and update data while you're playing games, find out what your friends are up to, send notifications, and more. The OS quietly supports games in the background. Gaming operating system. Small size, login. Okay. Rewriting program. You won't find Switch compute. Improve performance, faster loading time. Firmware. There are a number of different computer. Every single computer comes from software. Firmware. This software is called firmware because the switch to called design playing customer is firmware to make easier to use. With another word, Joy to controller, dock, and game card. Custom firmware. Okay. For NES game library, they're total 450 megabyte. That's a whole North American library for that system. Game library, all total 450 megabytes. Okay, what about the storage for the console? SNES. Yeah, like NES, SNES. Nintendo and operating system. Nintendo game console have had their own operating system for some time ever since Wii. N64 NDS operating system always made game software. You always install the console instead, running in the background. It performs all sorts of functions to improve your gameplay experience. Wii Connect 24, Street Pass, and Spot Pass, Me First for Wii U, switching between TV mode, tabletop, handheld mode, and so on. This is Wii operating system. Software comes the PS, DS, OS, PS. An OS dedicated to gaming. Allow switch to the place. There is no Nintendo Switch. The system converting 128 kilobytes RAM. The RAM is only 128 kilobyte. Oh, okay. That's how much the RAM is. What type of software? Firmware. Operating system since Wii. SNES RAM is only 128 gigabyte. 128 kilobyte. Oh my god, 100 gigabyte is an overkill. Noise. Speaker. What part of the console am I? Oh, okay. I'm at the bottom part. Alright. How do I get there? How do you get there? Oh, I might be late. I might be late for the state of play because this game is taking a while. The last area. I might be late for state of play, by the way. I didn't expect the last area to be, really long. Mouse control. Crystal goal using breaststroke. What? Oh no. Why am I turning that way? Oh my god, this is really hard. Oh, this is hard. Oh. Try again. Also, SNES has 64 kilobyte? For the audio, 1 second MP3 audio is more than 5 times bigger than SNES audio. The RAM is only 64 kilobytes? Okay. How much storage is the whole SNES library though? Do you know? Come on. Ah, this is so hard. Why am I turning that way? So weird. There you go. Oh, no, I don't want to try again. Alright. That was pretty fast. Okay. CPU, GPU, okay. Main computer. What have we here? Virtual console main computer. SO system on a chip. SoC. The single chip has all sort of capability. It acts as both the CPU and GPU, handles video and sound, extract compressed data, shows image on screen, and interacts with the main memory and system memory. Needless to say, it is a very important chip. The CPU. Within the Nintendo Switch console main computer, there's a part called CPU, Central Processing Unit. It calculates how characters move, switches from one scene to another. In short, lots of calculation happening here. The Switch 2 console CPU is several times faster than the CPU in Switch 1 console. The faster the CPU, the better it is at displaying a lot of characters on screen, and it's better it is at performing more complex motion. Alright. The GPU. Switch to console main computer, you'll find the GPU. Its main purpose is to perform calculation for drawing images on screen. The Switch 2 console GPU is several times faster than the GPU in Switch 1 console. The faster GPU is, the better it gets at generating more complex detailed images. GPU. Wait. Perform calculation for drawing images. The faster GPU, the better it gets at generating more complex and detailed image. Also, for machine learning ray tracing calculation. Ray tracing, huh? I might be late for a state of play. I want to finish this game. This one CPU. GPU. Alright, there's more. Ray tracing. A sharper, more detailed picture. Switch to console main computer, sharper, more detailed image can be produced. This process is called super resolution. In games with super resolution, the computer performs machine learning calculation and predicts what kind of detailed picture it should draw. This results in a clearer, more detailed picture. More detailed picture. Machine learning calculation. Inside the GPU of the SwitchCube console main computer, there's a place for perform machine learning calculation. This place contains what are called tensor cores. Using a certain fixed pattern, tensor cores can perform multiplication and addition incredibly quickly. These operations are used to perform machine learning calculation. There are plenty of things that can be done with machine learning calculation. For example, you can make the game pictures clearer and more detailed, or you can erase everything except the people from the camera's video feed. Ray tracing. Inside the GPU of SwitchCube console main computer, there is a place called ray tracing, which is a way of drawing images. This place contains what are called RT cores. RT cores can calculate whether or not there's light hitting polygons. It does this incredibly quickly. In games that use ray tracing, this calculator can be used to simulate light reflection to make the image looks more realistic. Ray tracing calculator simulate light reflection. All right. Transformation, Alsatian vacation, super resolution. Wow. Perform the number of pi, loose change, date, machine learning. Light reflection, car physics, characters feeling, company management. Okay, what are these answers, man? Sometimes they make a hard answer, sometimes they make an easy answer. There we go. Yay! I complete all the quizzes. The whole US library of SNES is wait, what? Oh, 1 gigabyte until 700 games. Oh, okay. Oh, that big. All right, let's collect the stamps first. I haven't collected the stamps yet. Yeah. The thing. State of play is almost starting soon. Oh, well, gonna be late. Most of the games are around 1 kilobyte or 2 kilobytes. Oh. 2 kilobyte. That's 1 mega. That's still 1 megabyte though. If you multiply by 700, that's like 700 or 1.4 megabytes. Speaker. This battery. This antenna. Is this antenna? Yeah, it is. Haven't got this one yet. Where's the stamp? Has to be one, right? There you go. Heat pipe. I think I haven't got this one yet. There you go. Game card slot. Wait. Oh, looks like I'm at the back. Viewing. Orientation. P5, the fan. Man, where are the other? Oh my gosh, where's this? Where the stand? Where the rest of the stand? Why there are a lot of them? Yeah, state of play already started. I'm late. You didn't read the data, right? It's actually normal SNES, 1 megabyte. Normal SNES. Oh, 1 megabyte, 2 mega, 3 megabyte. Okay. It's megabyte, not kilobyte. 1 kilobyte is very small. 1 kilobyte is very small. What are the things I'm missing? My gosh. What are the things that I'm missing? These things. It's a lot. Microphone? Microphone is close to the game card. Where is it? Oh, I see. It's hidden. Pad is hidden. Oh, wow. It's hidden behind. I couldn't even figure it myself. Hidden here. Very narrow path. Audio jack. Where's the audio jack? At the bottom? Where's the audio jack? Oh, okay. So it's besides the game card. I had to cheat a bit. Oh, okay, there's something beside it. Oh yeah, this one. Have to check the corner. I think this is the... Yeah. Heatsink. Heatsink? Is there supposed to be a volume rock? Oh yeah. Brightness sensor. There we go. Volume button. power button. There we go. I got them all. Yay. Oh, this is it. This one requires tabletop or handheld. This one's done. Alright, let's go to the final area. The final room. Oh. It's the CPU. Why is this all silent? Main memory. Hey everyone, how's it going? What's up? Where's the stamp? There it is. Main computer. Yeah, I know. I'm late. I want to finish this game. I didn't expect this will be long. I'll be on on state of play in a moment. Marvelous. They're all here. But it's not over yet. I have one last challenge. Welcome to the final quiz. 13 questions? USB Type-C. C button. This is the final test, by the way. Stem. Which of the following part that has a stem that can be found Joy-Con 2 area? A stem. Rumble. DS Rumble. HD Rumble 2. The mouse feet. They steal his socks. The mouse feet Joy-Con is for the step stopping from slipping. Nintendo Switch U dock. Speakers no, lens no. HDMI port. The camera sprints away. A ball comes out. The lens is cover up. A button, no. The capture button, home button, capture. Middle of the Joy-Con 2 grip. Player rubber feet. Located right in the middle. Switch to logo. Cannot be found on Switch to phone. SLSR. Shape of Joy-Con huge. What is this question? this is not a question. Very end. Oh no. At the very end of the Switch inner area. Very end? Is it the S CPU? It's not C button. HD Rumble 2 is on the controller. Mouse sensor is on the controller. Very end. SOC. This exhibition command release of duh. Oh, what did I did wrong? I got it. I got one wrong. One question wrong. Which one? Damn it. Hold up. Let me just return this item real quick. What locates at the end? I think that's what I got wrong, I think. You don't have to keep searching. YouTube recommendations streamers on the format for watching state of play. Oh yeah. And oh yeah, that's going to it's starting with Wolverine, yeah, from what I seen. Starting with Wolverine first. Okay. How do USB Type-C? Okay. Joy-Con QR, that's open. Oh, maybe this one. They help you move around. Maybe this one. I got the mouse controller wrong. All right. All right. This is the deepest level of the Switch U console inner area. Now you could make different area for one year, but for the party impression, needless to say, this probably grabs an important part of the exhibition itself. Besides, you explore every corner so thoroughly. If I take like your map, I have to continue enjoy. Wait, that's it? Is that it? That's it for the game. Nightmare mode. That's it? No credits at all? No, not even a credit roll? Oh my god. Well, I guess that's it. I guess. Not even a credit roll. Okay. Oh well. And I guess that's going to be it. There is the extras? Really? Where's the extras? I don't see an extra button. I don't see any. Check options? Check scooter menu. There's no options in this game. I press every button. I press every button. There's not a single options here. So yeah. You cannot access options in this game. No options. Yeah. Alright then. I'm gonna call it here. Let's watch state of play. Is there a main menu? No. No, you cannot even quit. The game auto-save by itself. So yeah. That's gonna be it for the Switch U Welcome Tour. I hope you enjoy it. No credit. I don't know. As the developer, I have no idea why. All right then. Thanks for following my playthrough of Switch You Welcome Tour. This game. I don't know. I mean, is it worth $10? I think it's worth $5. I think this game should be $5 rather than $10, in my opinion. All right then. I'm going to end this stream and I'm going to watch State of Play. So catch you guys. I'm going to watch State of Play now. It's already started. I'm already late.